Okay, so we can start now.
Okay, a very good evening to everyone that has joined us for this speaking test. I would like to introduce myself first, Tivagarana Lakivirapan, and I would be candidate 1, and candidate 2 would be Salahuddin, candidate 3 would be Hariram Analaki Govinselvam, candidate 4 would be Firdaus. The title that we have gotten today is Athletes Should Not Be Paid More Money for Their Services. Firstly, I would like to explain about my point, which is I disagree with that statement. First, we can see that athletes bring in economy to this country more than anyone. We can, for example, countries like Morocco, Argentina, France, these countries were for one of the finalists for the 2022 World Cup. And countries like Morocco was actually a country that most people don't know where it is in the map. But being a finalist for the World Cup meant that they get more exposure to other nations. And when you get exposure, it directly means that you can get more money as investment, as investors are pulled to this country. And you can also see that athletes like Messi, Ronaldo, they make their country really proud. And to be honest, they don't get really paid a lot for playing for their nation. Mostly when you play for a nation, you don't get money. You sort of play for fame, and they usually pay you very less. We can see this from Dato' Lee Chong Wei. Dato' Lee Chong Wei wasn't paid a lot of money for his service to our country, but he was paid through deals like advertisements and sponsorship deals. But directly from the country, he didn't get paid a lot. And I think athletes need to be paid more money for their services and to bring in more future athletes and make our country proud. I would like to pass to the next candidate, Mohammad Salahuddin. May go.
Okay, thank to the first candidate, Tivaga. So, a very good evening to the other fellow candidates. So, firstly, in my opinion, I am agree with the topic of the actually they should not be paid a lot of money for the service, especially uh, in how much the money that the athletes get paid, because the money could be better used in community, like such as rebuilding a school or fixing the other parts that got broke in the school, or make sure everyone in the community has a good health care. And at the same time, it can spend more money into such a important thing that can help everyone in society or community more than paying athletes so much, so that we can benefit to society. And my another point is that paying athletes with a lot of money can make it seems like being sports star is the most important thing in the world, such as everyone want to pursue to be a sports star, such as a football star. Okay, so this might make young people that want to be athlete more than the other better jobs that really make a difference in people life, such as helping people. So to conclude it, we could use the money to spend it to the other important thing that can give a good to other people. So this is my part. So for the next part, I will pass to the next candidate, which is Hariram.
Good evening to my candidates. My name is Hariram. For this topic, I'll disagree. My point will be disagree against this one. So, starting with my point is, athletes and sportsmen are just through their professional entertaining the audience, not service to society. like other jobs compared to like police officers, firefighters, military officers, doctors who are sacrificing their lives, risking their own life by rescuing other people. For example, military officers will leave their families 6 months or 7 months to the border to protect the country, uh, knowing that they won't return or not. Another example is like politicians who are sacrificing their life so by helping this nation's economic maintaining. So what I can say is uh, athletes should be paid, yes, but not more. They are uh, pride of the nation, not the face of the nation. So I will conclude my point with this. I'll pass on to the next candidate, which is Muhammad Firdaus.
So my name is Mohamed Firdaus. I have a same thought like a first candidate that I disagree with the statement that athletes should be paid less than they should be. So the reason is why being a professional athlete is actually a short-lived career, because you can see in sports, let's say in UFC sports, they can have a very serious injury. So in the serious injury, they can cost their life. For example, we have that some of the UFC fighter, Shane Carvin, he's lost his eyesight. They make him blind. They cannot see anything. So what happened to the person that lost their senses for their country? So I think it's actually when we're doing something for the country should actually proud with him. So, graduate him, we give a lot of money. At least after their career ends, they will have a support for himself or for his family or for her family. So as you can see, during their prime year and also plan for their future, when they end their career, then they don't have any income after that. They cannot produce any money. They cannot live for better life actually, because they are out of money. No one gonna pay them, and so that is my point.
Wonderful point, candidate 4. I just want to clarify something with candidate number 3. You said that you used the term that athletes are the pride of our nation, but not the face of our nation. What being the pride of our nation and being the face of our nation have to do with money? Plus, athletes represent our country in the bigger stage, fighting against different countries, whether what sport it may be. Maybe it can be a mixed martial arts sport, or football, or basketball, but they directly represent our country, and winning where they play where winning matters. Why do you think that athletes should not be paid more than politicians or soldiers?
That's a good question, candidate one. I would like to answer by telling yes, athletes are competing with other stages and people from other countries for the nation, bringing fame, fortune, all. Okay, yes, they bring, but this country really depend on them. But like more on it really depends not on athletes for its economic or money and stuff compared to politicians. Because if another, I'm sorry, athletes still are human beings who follow under the law. So if anything problem with the country, only about for other people who save the one. So that is my I have to say lah.
Okay, candidate 2 and 4, do you have any other points you would like to add on to this?
I think that's all.
For me too.
Okay, so with this, we shall conclude our speaking test today. And with the title given that athletes should not be paid more money for their services, we have found that 2 people agree with this statement and 2 people disagree. I would like to thank everyone for joining us today. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.